78.33 feet. And the top speed at 2.7 mile per hour.
There's only 6 in this one right now, so.
We just double checked with the drag master that we got everything set up right.
I started the first one, then he fucking reset the drag, so I paused it and I started again.
These are our first pulls on the new conditioned track.
Yeah,
you're watching the 5,000 pound stock tractor class sponsored by Wayne Eastern Durabelt, our first entry and our first class of the day. In the background revving their engine. That's the tractor's hooked up to the dyno. They check the dyno. There's a device that checks the horsepower on each of the tractors. Make sure we got everybody with fair pulling conditions. So every so often you hear a tractor, it sounds like it's plowing in the field in the back, but that's just the tractor hooked up to the dyno. That's to check the horsepower. And we got our next entry up. Looks like they set the drag again. Caleb Lawrence doing the driving with the Wild Angel, our first entry.
That's because they reset it again.
85.96 distance. Making 7. So as our first entry in the class, he has the choice to take that pull or pull again. He has decided he's going to pull at the end of the class, but we're not making any more changes to the drag. So that's our first entry out of the way. We're on to the second entry, and they got to hook up and get her down the track. So we'll see if Caleb Lawrence can do better than 85.96. Try to find a different gear, get her down the track a little further.
I probably should go find and see if I can find a pen.
Go to the car. There's 3 or 4 of them just in the top of it.
856, 859.
You're watching the first class of the day, folks. 5,000 pound stock tractor sponsored by Wayne Eastern Durabelt. This will be followed by the 1,200 pound modified lawn tractors. You don't want to miss them.
Go! Go!
Next entry pulling up in the class. Green flag down, our next entry. 95.5 mile per hour top speed. He's stopping them quick today. Roscoe Taylor-Jobin doing the driving with the Twisted 60, 1961 Farmall. 460 from Centerville, New Brunswick, 100.95. That's the distance to beat. That's your class leader, folks. Folks, if this is your first time with the polls, the name of the game is pull the drag the furthest down the track. Not necessarily the fastest, but speed will sometimes equal a longer distance. All the tractors are rated on horsepower and by weight, and they all have an equal level of hookup at the back. So they're all trying to get down as far as they can, and the distance to beat now is 100.95. We got a wonderful program for you tonight. Lots of good pulling. These are the stock tractors, and we're going to get into some pretty wild stuff as the night moves through. I think you're going to like what you see, folks. Watching the 5,000-pound stock tractor class, our first class of the night, followed by the 1,200-pound modified lawn tractors. That's our next class, and will be the only time you get to see the modified lawn tractors they pulled last weekend at the Crapo exhibition. But give you a taste of what you missed. Some of our top competitors from last week will pull in the next class. Next entry, green flag down. 100.95 the distance to beat. Roscoe's out in front. And John Heffel with the 1955 Farmall 300 from Summerside, PEI, our next entry in the class. What a beautiful looking machine. Red flag down, 58.1. 5 the distance. They got the drag.
Want any of those right now? How fucking
heavy.
Would be? Yeah, there was another one that came in.
John Heffel with 58.15. That'd be good for second currently. From Summerside, PEI with the Farmall 300.
It looked like an old fucking.
A beautiful looking machine.
They could have used it for like.
You gotta have respect for these stock tractors, folks.
Like
and in the field,
that just came in.
Working a hard day's work, and now we got the milk and all shined up and painted up. These are real tractors, folks.
I wouldn't think so.
We got canteens on both sides of the track, folks, and we got merchandise for sale. You don't want to forget a day like today here in downtown Crapo. The white boot tent right off from the canteen. They got the merchandise for sale. You don't want to miss. And I hear that there might be a mechanical bull being set up and available at 5 o'clock. So if you want to take your hand at the mechanical bull, we got one for you, folks. Our next entry, Tyler Britton, entry 703, a 770 Oliver from Victoria, PEI, pulling into the gate with a blistering speed, pulling over to the left side of the track. He's got a strategy. It's a good sounding pulling tractor. Let's see how he does. 100.95 the distance to beat. He's going a good speed here, folks. It's going to get heavy. Oh boy! A great pull and firm all. Lean into her, Tyler. Red flag down. Let's give him a hand. That's our new class leader, 164.58 the distance. Tyler Britton doing the drive. Entry 703. Great pulling tractor. 3.5 mile per hour at the top distance. Sometimes speed isn't necessarily the thing to worry about. But 164.58, that's a new class leader. That's the distance to beat. You're watching the 5,000 pound stock tractor class, sponsored by Wayne Easter and Durabelt. Our first class of the day. This will be followed by the 1,200 pound modified lawn tractors. And a wide variety of vehicles pulling the drag tonight. We got a great mix of everything. And later, when the night gets dark, will be the fire that'll be breathing out of the pipes. It's a great show. We'll be pulling into the night, folks. So sit back, relax. You're watching the greatest show on dirt.
Okay, sit. Next entry pulling up. Malcolm Ferguson doing the driving with a 770 Oliver from Victoria, PEI. The distance to beat, 164.58. Green flag down. The good sounding ollie. Going pretty good here, folks. 164.5. Can he do it? Getting close. Oh, darling. I think we got a new class leader by 0.4 of a foot. Great ball, Malcolm Ferguson from Victoria, PEI with 164.91. Our new class leader, good pull, Malcolm. That's a pretty fancy hat. Malcolm's been pulling here for many years. They laying it all down. He's our new class leader.
There's 2 more.
All right, okay.
Our next entry, Laura Graham doing the driving with the Now or Never 2770 Oliver from Centerville, New Brunswick. We tend to get lots of great pullers from Centerville down. And Laura has a thing or two to say about Malcolm's distance, 164.91. Let's see how her Oliver does. Green flag down. Laura Graham out of the gate with the now or never Oliver. 164.91, the distance to beat. It's a good pulling ollie. Can she do it? Oh, Dolly. Good try. Not quite enough, but a good pull. 163.7 for Laura Graham and doing the drive with the 770 Oliver. .71 the distance. Beautiful pulling Oliver. Laura is showing these boys a thing or two. One entry left, our first puller in the class. Caleb Lawrence will get to pull again, and he's elected to go last. That'll be our last entry in the 5,000 pound stock tractors. 1,200 pound modified lawn tractors. Your next 1,200 pound modified lawn tractors. Top of the track, please. You're the next class. Malcolm Ferguson still sitting out front, 164.91. Followed closely by Tyler and Laura. Caleb's got his work cut out for him. His first pull is around 89 feet, so we'll see if he can go farther than that. He might have picked a different gear. Get-go. It's early in the evening. You watch these stands fill up tonight, folks. You're not half bad looking either. Head of the gate, last entry in the class. Caleb Lawrence doing the driving. Red flag down, running slicker and otter snot. Good pull. And our unofficial class winner. Caleb Lawrence with the Wild Angel, 171.